Drive. So when I talk about drive, what am I talking about? That's a good question. What was I talking about? Yeah, where does my drive for improvement come from? That's what we're going to be answering. That's what we'll try to answer. We're probably not going to answer it. Let's be honest. Now, I have a never ending and a relentless hunger to get better. It's a constant. Essentially what it is whenever I get better at something, I need to then figure out how to get even better at that thing. I think about it like walking up a set of stairs. Whenever I go up to the next stair, I then have to figure out how to go up and up and up and so on and so forth. I can never stop. I need to always be trying to get more efficient at things. I need to always try my best to figure out the unknown. I have to try to solve the unknowns. So that way the unknown questions I have are solved, to try to fill out my realm of understanding on whatever subject I'm talking about. And obviously this desire has been stoked by, I think, a bunch of different things, but it has resulted in what we're doing now. This medium that you and I are talking through, dear viewer, it requires quite a lot. If I'm being honest, it can be quite difficult. It can be quite difficult. There's a lot of different moving parts, a lot of different things you got to do, and a lot of things I'm not doing the best at. But that acknowledgement of not doing well at something just proves to me I got more to learn. So, but going back a second, I think what has stoked this desire is probably a couple things. I think one of the first things is probably my financial situation. First and foremost, if it's at the top of the list, it's probably my financial situation. I'm obviously I'm doing okay. I have food, I have a house, I'm not too worried about any of that. I am a lot better off than a lot of people. So, I'm going to be okay there. You don't got to worry about any of that. But for a long time, especially after COVID, my work at the box factory, it was, to put it simply, difficult. It was difficult financially. And thankfully I've gotten past that, but that period of instability lasted a while, and it was very, very trying for me. I came out the other side. I didn't do anything I regretted. Right. But I think this desire to constantly improve myself stems from a need to have backup plans. Stems from a need to constantly be like, okay, if what I'm doing now fails, I have something I can fall back on. And if that fails, I have something else I can fall back on, and so on and so forth. And so I think that's kind of part of it, because I need this kind of safety net in my head where no matter what happens, I'm going to be okay. Right. And I can always have stuff to fall back on. I have people I can hit up. I have connections I have. So, no matter what happens, I'm going to be okay. And this has kind of base desire for stability, and financial security has kind of led to, what we're doing here and what I do in my regular life, in my flesh tuber, my IRL life. So I think that's one thing. So yeah, I think it's I feel like the financial thing is probably like, if it was the pie chart, it would probably be like 70% of the reason. But I think another thing is like genuinely just a absolute love of like learning stuff. I just genuinely love it. This is why kind of my characters with Snowy's lore is very much centered around learning stuff. I like to fantasize about being a scholar. I guess in one way or another, I kind of am. I'm constantly learning how to do stuff. I'm constantly learning new things, learning new skills, just trying to broaden my realm of understanding in all sorts of subjects. And it's just, I don't know, it's just kind of fun, right? It's fun to learn new things. It's fun to kind of feel like I know a subject, but then realize how little I know and then kind of go after that information. The kind of hunt for it all, it's very intoxicating. And I think this is the kind of thing a lot of scholars feel, or people that enjoy learning. It's like, it's this feeling of hunting for new stuff. And sometimes even with subjects I feel I am very, very well versed in, there's always still stuff I don't know. What is it? The unknown unknowns. It's the unknown problems that you don't even know exist. Right? And something I do like doing is, even if I know a subject I feel quite well, if I'm talking to someone who also knows that subject quite well, I will ask sometimes very basic questions to them in an attempt to try to not pry, but in an attempt to try to basically test my information to see whether or not they explain something different than how I understand it, or maybe they explain something in a way I haven't thought about, which then kind of fills out my realm of understanding. And I think it's I really like doing it. I do it in work, at the box factory all the time. I do it, with this. I talk to other creators, and so I ask them questions, and because I'm still pretty new at this, there's still a lot I don't know. And so it's always fascinating to talk to people who know more than me. I am very grateful for all the people who have helped me, all the people that have been willing to share what information they know. I'm trying to pick up more reading of different subjects. We'll see how far that goes. We do reading on here. We're going to read some more Storyworthy tomorrow. We've been reading it. So we're going to do that. I picked up another book. It's about the Civil War. I was doing some thrift shopping yesterday. I saw it. It's like a behemoth. It's like this big, straight up. It's like this big. Yeah. You see my hand? This is me holding the book. Yeah. It's like probably 3 pounds. And it's pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting so far. It's a real page turner, if you will. I like a lot of self-help books because, I like learning stuff. I like nonfiction stuff more than I used to. I am interested to see how the author's point of view pops up when they are describing certain events, because everybody has their own, political bias, some sort of bias on history, some sort of biased viewpoint. So I am interested to see how the author's, bias, that I don't know if they have a bias. I don't know what their takes are on things, what their leanings are, but I am interested to see how that kind of thing shows up in the writing. We'll see. Yeah, but I read the Storyworthy. I have my design book. I do want to get some other more political books as well. In due time. Obviously, I don't want too many books. We'll go through with that, and I think it's helpful. I think it's good. I think it's good to keep reading. So we're gonna keep doing that. But I think I've talked enough. Yeah, I think I've talked enough. We're coming up about on an hour.